Good morning, students. Welcome back to our atomic and molecular physics class. In last semester, we discussed about a quantum mechanics. In this semester, we are going to study atomic and molecular spectroscopy. From which today we are going to start with a molecular spectroscopy. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about its introductory part, after that electromagnetic spectra, after that absorption and emission spectra, then finally types of molecular spectra. So let us start with its introductory part. A molecular spectroscopy means what? Actually, molecular spectroscopy based on the interaction of radiations and matter is undoubtable one of the most important tool that have taught us the most about the nature of atoms and molecules. Okay, the field of molecular spectroscopy has continued to advance rapidly with the measurements in a variety of molecules with increasing resolution, which lead to the observation of new effects and continued improvements in the theoretical description of the spectra. So, that is why we have to focus on a molecular spectroscopy. The study of fundamental regularities in the electronic, that is absorption, fluorescence and phosphorescence, vibrational, which includes infrared and Raman, rotational, which include a microwave, and hyperfine of the molecular hyperfine spectra has established their relations with molecular structures. That's why much of the molecular structure data has been obtained from spectroscopic measurements. That's why we have to focus on a electronic spectra, vibrational spectra, rotational spectra and hyperfine spectra, from which we can find out the molecular structure. Okay, so first of all, spectroscopy is a branch of science which deals with the study of interaction of electromagnetic radiations with matter. Means spectroscopy is a branch of science which deals with the study of interaction of electromagnetic radiations with matter. Electromagnetic radiations with matter. What is by electromagnetic radiations? That we have to discuss in next slide. Electromagnetic radiations. The term electromagnetic radiation represent the radiant energy emitted from any source in the form of light, heat, etc. Electromagnetic radiation means what? The radiant energy emitted by the source in the form of light or heat or whatever it may be. So, electromagnetic radiations have dual character. They are associated with electric and magnetic field. Both field, they travel with the velocity of light, in which electric field as well as magnetic field both are perpendicular to each others, as well as they are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. That's why this electromagnetic radiations or electromagnetic wave is nothing but a transverse wave, in which particle can vibrate or oscillate perpendicular to the direction of propagation. That is why in this case electric field as well as magnetic field oscillates or vibrates perpendicular to the direction of propagation, and it travels with the velocity of light. Each photon is packet of energy whose energy is given by Planck's equation, that is E is equal to h nu. The energy of that photon can be calculated with the help of Planck's equation, that is E is equal to h nu, well known and very famous equation from physics. E is equal to h nu, where h is the Planck's constant. Planck's constant. If we see the diagram in which the electromagnetic wave propagate along z direction, electric field lies along y direction, and magnetic field lies along x direction. That's why this electric field, magnetic field both are perpendicular to the direction of propagation, as well as they are perpendicular to each other. That's why it is called as a transverse wave. Okay. Now, if we move forward, the next part is a region of electromagnetic spectra. Region of electromagnetic spectra. So the electromagnetic spectra describes all the wavelength of light, both seen and unseen, means from which we can observe with the naked eye and remaining part is not visible. So when you think of light, you probably think of what your eyes can see. Okay, but the light to which our eyes are sensitive is just the beginning. It is a sliver of the total amount of light that surrounded us. So the electromagnetic spectra is the term used by scientists to describe the entire range of light that exists, from gamma ray to the radio wave. Most of the light in the universe is in fact invisible to us. So, light is a wave of alternating electric and magnetic field. The propagation of light isn't much different than waves crosses on an ocean, like any other wave. So light has a few fundamental properties that describe it. One is its frequency, which is measured in hertz, we know, which counts the number of waves that pass by a point in a 1 second, which means the number of waves that pass by a point in a 1 second. So another closely related property is wavelength. Another closely related property is wavelength. The distance from the peak of one wave to the peak of the next, these two attributes are inversely related. Means this frequency and wavelength both are inversely related. If one quantity increases, another quantity decreases, or vice versa. The larger the frequency, smaller the wavelength, and vice versa. So if we observe this diagram in which our entire electromagnetic spectra starts from gamma ray to the microwave. If we move from gamma ray to the microwave region, energy goes on decreases. The energy of gamma ray is very high and energy of radio wave is very low. Similarly, gamma rays are shorter waves, radio waves are longer waves. It can travel a large distance. If you want to study any astronomical object, we can observe that object in radio with the help of radio telescope. So, the visible part of this electromagnetic spectra is optical region or visible region. We can observe violet to red part of this spectra. So, electromagnetic waves, your eyes can detect only visible light, which oscillate between 400 to 790 terahertz. 400 to 790 terahertz. That is the frequency of visible spectra. That's several hundred trillion times a second. Okay, the wavelength are roughly the size of large virus, that is 390 to 750 nanometer. 1 nanometer is equal to 1 billion of meter. So, our brain interprets the various wavelength of the light as different colors. Red has the longest wavelength and the violet the shortest. When we pass sunlight throughout a prism, we see that it's actual composed of many wavelength of light. So we can observe a VIBGYOR, violet to red region after dispersion. The prism creates a rainbow of redirecting each wavelength out at a slightly different angle. So, approximately scale of wavelength. If you observe a gamma ray, which is a atomic nuclei in size. If you talk about the X-ray, which is approximately scale equal to the atom. If you talk about the ultraviolet, which is scale is in molecular level. If visible, the size of that or approximately scale of that wavelength is equal to the or nearly equal to the protozoas. If the scale of infrared is nearly equal to the needle point, or microwave, which is equal to the human size. Or okay, if you talk about the radio, which is approximately size of an buildings. Okay, means if we move from gamma ray to the radio, wavelength goes on increases, frequency goes on decreases, as well as energy also goes on decreases. Energy of gamma ray is very high as compared to the another part of electromagnetic spectra. Radio waves having lower in wavelength as compared to the another remaining part of the electromagnetic spectra. So this is all about the electromagnetic spectra. When different types of electromagnetic radiations are arranged in order of their increasing wavelength or decreasing frequency, the complete arrangement is called electromagnetic spectrum. If you observe this figure, is nothing but electromagnetic spectrum. When different types of electromagnetic region are arranged in order of their increasing wavelength or decreasing frequency, the complete arrangement is called electromagnetic spectra. The complete arrangement is called as electromagnetic spectra. Okay, this is all about the electromagnetic spectra. So the next part is absorption and emission spectra that we will discuss after break in second lecture. Thank you.